Good morning. How you doing today? Pretty good? That's good. Me? Well, I'm blessed, not stressed. What's today's topic going to be about? Well, today's topic is going to be in Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 through 6. And I gotta say, some people, they doubt and they say, oh, God can't speak to you through some book. Yes, he can. He did. Honestly, when I was opening up my Bible, I was a little late filming this, and the first two words of this stood out to me like a sore thumb. My son. Now, those of you who know me know I didn't really have much of a dad in my life. And he was there, sprinkling a little bit here, a little bit there. But, I didn't have a lot of those wholesome father-son moments. Anyway, you're not here to hear about me. But it just meant a lot to me I can't even describe it. Praise God. Anyway, let's get to the topic. Proverbs chapter 3, verses 5 and 6. Trust in the Lord with all thine heart, and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Now, what does this mean? Well, it means to trust in the Lord with all your heart, and not lean on your own understanding. Well, how do I apply it to our daily life? Well, think of it like this. Back in the days of Jonah and the prophets of old, they didn't exactly have a GPS to tell them where they were going. But not exactly a GPS by our standards. See, they had a global positioning system, but not with a satellite. No, they had what I like to call a godly positioning system, because God told them where to go. God told them where they were at, and they knew where they were at with God. Back then they didn't have Google Maps, but back then they had His Word. Back then they had Him, just like we do now. And these prophets, they didn't lean on their own understanding, because they didn't understand where to go in the desert. They didn't understand all this. They didn't understand all that. Do you think Moses was a good public speaker? No, it doesn't say that. Instead, he had problems. But God used him in a mighty way. Does that make sense to you? If you were to talk to someone, make a big statement, would you want an experienced public speaker, or would you want someone right off the street that can't speak English clearly? You'd probably want the professional speaker. But we are not God. God can make something great out of something that is not. And, well, He does the same thing with us. Before, we were nothing. Before, we weren't really special. We were sinners. We were lost. But thanks to Him, we are found. Does that make sense to us? No, not really. But just as the heavens are above the earth, so are His ways above our ways. Let's see here. In all thy ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct thy path. What does that mean? Well, that means just whenever you're about to do something, whenever there's an option in front of you, ask Him about it. You know how when you were a kid, you had to ask your dad or your mom permissions, like, hey, I want to hang out with my friend Susie. Is it okay if I do that tomorrow? Or is it okay if I do that tonight? And they say yes, or they say no. Or you can go, or you will stay. But instead, we should always ask God. We should always counsel with Him before we do anything. And say, Lord, is this your will? If it is your will, let it be done. If it is not your will, close this door so I do not enter it. For He can close doors no man can open, not even us. And He can open doors that no man can close. So that's another way to know if God has an opportunity for you. The door won't close. Does this mean it will be open forever? No. But no man can close it. Only He can. So, I chose this for today. There was a couple verses that I was thinking about, but this one, what I chose for today, because, well, even I, I'm not saying I'm perfect or anything like that, because I'm not. No one is. Absolutely no one is. But we all can trust in the Lord more. We all can lean on Him more. We all can come to Him more. And so I wanted to start us off this week right, thinking about Him more, coming to Him more, asking more from